Hi, hello my dear students. Welcome back to chemistry class beta. So in the last class we have seen about the information about the spectrum and also classification of spectrum like emission spectrum and absorption spectrum, continuous spectrum and discontinuous spectrum, line spectrum and band spectrum. Okay, so it depends upon various category and depends upon various factors. Information about the spectrum we have clearly studied in the last video. Okay na beta? Good. But we have to discuss about the another spectrum, that is about the hydrogen spectrum. But the concept of hydrogen spectrum that will be depends and that will be explained on the basis of another concept, another topic. So before going to discuss about the hydrogen spectrum, we must be know about the Bose atomic model. Because of the concept of hydrogen, the explanation of hydrogen spectrum that was depends upon Bose atomic model only. Okay na? So after completion of this, in next class we will go through the hydrogen spectrum. Okay beta? Good. So up to now in the different types of atomic models, दो atomic model पढ़ाई की है बेटा. एक क्या है? First one is nothing but Thomson's atomic model, and दूसरा number 2, that is nothing but the Rutherford's atomic model, and this one we are going to discuss third one, Bose atomic model. Okay, and who proposed and what are the main postulates and what are the drawbacks? Here also little bit limitations are there. Okay, good. Bose atomic model, it was published or proposed in the year is nothing but 1913, 1913. And who proposed this Bose atomic model? So this was, okay, now it is atomic model, it was given by the scientist. The scientist name is nothing but what beta? He is nothing but the Niels Bohr. Who is the scientist? Niels Bohr. So Niels Bohr in the year of 1930, he has proposed what Nana? He has developed Bose atomic model. But what is the main purpose of Niels Bohr and what is the main purpose of this Bose atomic model? So the main purpose of Bose atomic model is to explain about the number one is nothing but stability of atoms. Number one is nothing but what beta? Stability of atoms. Because of already we know very well, as per Rutherford, I have told you clearly, the electrons which are revolving around the nucleus, they will fall into the nucleus. They will fall into the nucleus after the loss of energy. That means Rutherford says that atoms goes to be collapse. But atoms never be collapse. Atoms are stable in nature. Atoms are neutral in nature. That means at first time the concept of stability of atom given by whom beta? Niels Bohr, by using Bose atomic model. And also another very important information, Niels Bohr, he has proposed Bose atomic model to explain about the spectral lines, of hydrogen and hydrogen-like ions. Sir, what is mean by hydrogen-like ions? I want to give you the example for hydrogen-like ions. So we can consider that helium. Next we can consider that lithium. Next we can consider that beryllium, etc. we can consider. But it is not exact information. The exact information is helium should contain +1 charge. Lithium should contain +2 charge. Beryllium should contain +3 charge. These three ions we have to be say that hydrogen-like ions. Sir, why? Hydrogen H, it contains 1 electron. Helium contains 2, but the charge is nothing but +1. Means it loses 1 electron. Lithium contains 3, 3 minus 2, again contain 1 electron. Beryllium contains 4, 4 minus 3, it contains 1 electron. So the species or ions or the cations which are having 1 electron, same like hydrogen atom, they are known as hydrogen-like ions. So the meaning is nothing but the atom or ions especially which are having only 1 electron, so such one electron species, their spectral lines that can be explained by what, Nana? Bohr's atomic model. So Bohr's atomic model, it was proposed by Niels Bohr to explain about the stability of atom and spectral lines of hydrogen and hydrogen-like ions, because of all they are having one electron. So one electron species, their spectral lines, that was explained by what, Nana? Niels Bohr, according to what? Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so the main purpose of Bohr's atomic model, for which purpose we have to be studied, what is the main motto of this theory, model, we learned clearly. Good. Now we have to be discuss about what are the main postulates of Bohr's atomic model. So main postulates we are going to be discuss, Nana. Okay, main points of Bohr's atomic model. Number one, very easy points, around 4 to 5 points are there, dead easy, and most of the points they are covered in Rutherford's atomic model. Just 2 to 3 differences are there. We have to be focused on that only. Good. So Bohr's atomic model. As per this model, Niels Bohr, he says that atoms are spherical in shape. That concept given by Thomson, that concept given by Rutherford also. Both they says atoms are spherical in shape. Yes or no, beta? Here also same thing. As per Bohr's atomic model and as per Niels Bohr, we have to be say that what, Nana? Atoms are spherical in shape. Atoms are what, Nana? Spherical in shape. And already I have told you, as per Rutherford, same thing, Nana. Atoms are spherical in shape. In that spherical shape atom, positive charge will be located in a small density portion. This is the small density portion which contains positive charge. Which contains positive charge. It is known as what, Nana? Nucleus. So the definition of nucleus is first time given by Rutherford. Same concept that also given by Bohr's atomic model. Good. And he says that, especially Bohr's, he says that around the nucleus, number of circular paths are there. Circular path 1, circular path 2, circular path 3, circular path 4. That will be depends upon atomic number. Okay. So around the nucleus, number of circular paths are there. In that circular paths, such circular paths are known as what, Nana? Orbits. And also we can say that shells. In that circular paths or orbits, definitely we are going to see a subatomic particle which was moving with very high velocity. That is nothing but what, Nana? Electrons. Okay? Once again. So I want to discuss about the especially Bohr's atomic model. So as per Niels Bohr, he says that atoms are spherical in shape. Okay, accepted. Positive charge was located in a small dense portion that is known as nucleus. Okay, accepted. Around the nucleus, number of circular paths are there. Such circular paths are known as what, Nana? Orbits, or we can say shells. And after that, according to Niels Bohr, so around the nucleus, number of circular paths are there. And this is the circular path number 1. Okay, now, or we can say orbit number 1, and this is circular path number 2, means we can say orbit number 2. Circular path number 3, orbit number 3. Circular path number 4, orbit number 4. Okay, all of you, Nana. And he says that such orbits are, such shells are denoted by the letter or symbol that is nothing but small n. Sir, what is mean by small n? Small n will indicates the principal quantum number. Okay, na? Around the nucleus, number of circular paths are there. Such circular paths are known as what, Nana? Orbits, or we can say shells. Such orbits, they are denoted by the letter or symbol that is nothing but small n. The meaning of small n is nothing but principal quantum number. Small n equal to 1 means that is the first circular path which is around the nucleus. Okay, so orbit number 1, n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4, like that number of we can write. Orbits are denoted by which quantum number? Principal quantum number, and the symbol is nothing but small n. N equal to 1 means orbit nearby the nucleus. Very good. Such orbits are known as, we can say that what, Nana? Shells also we can say, Nana. And shells, they can be named as alphabetical letters. Such letters we have to say that K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell. So N equal to 1 means principal quantum number 1, or we can say orbit number 1, which is around the nucleus. That one going to be act as first orbit, or we can say K shell. Second orbit means L shell, third orbit means M shell, fourth orbit means N shell. In this manner, orbits and shells, they can be named either by using N values or by using letters. In the circular paths or orbits, we can see the presence of subatomic particles. They are nothing but what, Nana? Electrons. So around the nucleus, we can see the number of circular paths. In that number of circular paths or orbits, presence of electron will be there, and that electrons are revolving around the nucleus. This is the first conclusion given by the what, Nana? Bose atomic model. Okay, atoms are spherical in shape. Okay, very good. But in that spherical shape atom, electrons are revolving. Electrons revolves around the nucleus. Electrons revolves what, beta? Around the nucleus. In what? In closed circular paths. In what, Nana? In closed circular paths. Such closed circular paths, already we have said that they are nothing but what, Nana? Orbits. And also we can say that they are nothing but what, Nana? Shells. And such orbits, they can be named by using which quantum number? They can be named by the quantum number. That is nothing but we have to say that principal quantum number. Which quantum number, beta? Principal quantum number. The symbol is nothing but N. And such shells, they can be denoted by the letters. The letters are nothing but the first orbit K shell, second orbit L shell, third orbit M shell, fourth orbit N shell, fifth orbit like that K, L, M, N, O shells, like that we can denote. And orbits are denoted by which number? Principal quantum number. First, suppose n equal to 1, first orbit, n equal to second orbit, n equal to 3, third orbit, n equal to 4, fourth orbit, like that number of orbits we can consider. This is our first postulate of the Bose atomic model. Once again, electrons revolve around the nucleus. Okay, electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Where? In closed circular paths. Okay, in closed circular paths. And they are moving with very high velocities. Okay, accepted. But such closed circular paths are known as orbits, and also we can say that what, Nana? Shells. Orbits are denoted by the principal quantum number. That values I have written here, and there also I have given to you. And such shells we can denote with the letter K, L, M, N shells, etc. Okay, good. Let me go for orbit, postulate number 2. Listen carefully. You suppose n equal to 1 means first orbit which is around the nucleus. Maybe first orbit or second orbit, whatever that may be. Every orbit contains number of electrons. That will be depends upon the orbitals. Okay? Yes. So the electrons which are present in first orbit, the electrons which are revolving in first orbit, they should contain constant fixed amount of energy. That is nothing but you suppose E1. And the electrons which are present in second orbit, the electrons which are revolving in second orbit, again they are also having fixed amount of and constant amount of energy. Constant means not same like first orbit. Every orbit contains fixed amount of energy. So the electrons which are present in first orbit, always they contain in that orbit E1 energy. The electrons which are revolving in second orbit, always they contain E2 energy. The electrons which are revolving in third orbit, always they contain fixed E3 energy. And the electrons which are evolving in fourth orbit, always they contain fixed amount of energy. But try to remember E1, E2, E3, E4, all the values are not same. Sir, then which value is more? E1, E2, E3 and E4. Just to remember one part. As we move away from the nucleus, their sizes and their energy values goes to be increased. This is the part you have to be remembered. So E1, E2, E3, E4, which contain large size, last one contain large size, last one contain more energy. Means E4 greater than, E3 greater than, E2 greater than, E1. Okay, na? And which contain more radius, the meaning of radius is what? Size. So last one is R4 and this is radius 3 and this is radius 2 and this is radius 1. Come on, which contain more radius or size? As we move away from the nucleus, outermost orbit that contains more radius and that contains more energy. But whatever that may be, listen carefully. So the electrons which are revolving in first orbit always contain constant energy, that is nothing but E1 energy. And electrons which are present in second orbit contain E2. Electrons which are present in third orbit contain E3. That means the electrons which are present in a particular orbit, in that particular orbit, they should contain constant energy. Okay, na beta? So in a particular orbit, electrons having constant energy. That means we have to say that each orbit possesses what, Nana? Constant, and also we can say that each orbit contains a fixed amount of energy. Each orbit contains a fixed amount of energy, and in a particular orbit, energy of electron in a particular respective given orbit, energy of electron remains same, and also we can say that remains constant. Each orbit should contain fixed amount of energy, and in any respective particular orbit, in that electron they are having energy, that energy should be remains what, Nana? Constant. So what we can say, orbit with fixed amount of energy, orbit with constant amount of energy, such orbits are known as very important. It is known as stationary orbit. Your focus should be on this word only. They can ask you, sir, what is mean by stationary orbit? Stationary orbit means, in our language, the one word meaning is orbit with constant energy. In that electrons, they are also having constant energy. Energy of electron does not be changes in the respective particular orbit. Such orbits are known as what, Nana? Stationary orbit. Okay, na? First, suppose I am going to consider a electron, and it is the electron present in second orbit. It contain always in that orbit, it contain E2 energy. Its energy won't be changed. Okay, na? When electron in a particular orbit, their energy won't be changes, but energy of electron will be changes by giving one condition. The condition is nothing but when electron will jumps from any higher orbit to lower or lower to higher. In that case only energy of electron will be changed. Okay, na? When they will move in a particular orbit, in that case there will be no change in their energy. Such energy orbits are known as what, Nana? Stationary orbits. But energy of electron will be changes. That one I am going to tell in third form. So what we can say, each orbit contains fixed amount of energy. In that particular orbit, energy of electron never be changed, that should be remains constant. Such fixed energy orbits are known as stationary orbits. Okay, and next case I want to say that energy of electron changes. Energy of electron changes. The condition is when they move from one orbit to other, energy of electron changes during only what, Nana? Is during transition. Sir, what is mean by transition? Transition means jumping, or we can say movement. When they, okay, now, so first suppose electron in second orbit, its energy always constant, that is nothing but E2. But when it will move from one orbit to another, maybe lower to higher or maybe higher to lower, nothing but when electrons undergoes transitions, when electron will jumps from one orbit to another, in that case energy of electron goes to be changes. First suppose I want to give you an example, same example I have given to you yesterday. First suppose it is nothing but the second orbit. It is nothing but what on a second orbit. Which orbit? Yes, first suppose it is nothing but second orbit, and I am going to consider that it is nothing but first orbit. Okay, first orbit contain E1 energy, second orbit contain E2 energy, and you suppose one of the electron it was present in E2 level. Electron in a particular energy level, its energy won't be changed, but when that electron will jumps from any higher orbit to lower orbit, I have told you yesterday clearly, during the process of de-excitation, when electron will jumps from any higher orbit to lower orbit, in that case energy goes to be releases. Energy goes to be releases in the form of what, beta? Quanta. Energy goes to be releases in the form of what, Nana? Quanta. So we have to say that energy goes to be releases in the form of quanta. Okay, once again, in stationary orbits, what is meant by stationary orbit? Orbits which are having fixed amount of energy. In that energy of electron, it won't be changed, that will be remains constant. But when the electrons, when they will move from one orbit to another, when they will jump from any higher orbit to lower orbit, automatically during de-excitation, energy goes to be releases in the form of quanta. By regarding that quanta, yesterday we got emission spectrum. Anyway, so when electron jumps from any higher orbit to lower orbit, that means when they undergo transition, then their energy will be changed. Maybe decreases or maybe increases. But what happened here? When electron jumps from any higher orbit to lower orbit, definitely in that case, certain amount of energy goes to be released or emitted in the form of quanta. For this statement, we have to write a formula. E1 lower energy level, E2 higher energy level. So what is the energy difference between these two levels? Energy difference delta E is equals to higher energy minus lower energy. Higher energy level E2 minus lower energy level E1. Electron was jumping from higher orbit to lower orbit. I have said that energy was released in the form of quanta. The symbol of quanta is nothing but what? H mu. Okay, so delta E is equals to E2 minus E1. It is equals to what, Nana? H mu. ये फार्मूला आपको फोकस करना होगा. This is important for you. And also shortly we can change this formula. Delta E is equals to H nu. What is mean by nu? In that place we can write C by lambda, and also we can modify this formula. Delta E is equals to Hc into 1 by lambda, means we can write that nu bar. Like that number of formulas we can derive. Okay, all of you, this is your third case. Second case both easy, Nana. In a particular orbit, energy of electron remains constant, but when they move from one orbit to another, their energy goes to be releases in the form of quanta. That is nothing but change in energy equal to quanta. Like that number of formulas we can modify. Okay, next point and fourth point, very important, that is nothing but the, listen beta. So the drawback number 1 in Rutherford's atomic model, he says that the electrons which are revolving around the nucleus as per electromagnetic theory, the electrons which are revolving around the nucleus, definitely in every revolving round, electrons they will lose energy, and after at a definite time, after loss of complete energy, he says that he expected that after the loss of complete energy, electrons will fall into the nucleus. Due to fall of electron into the nucleus, atom should be collapsed. That's why he says that he was unable to explain about the stability of atom. But stability of atom explained by who? Niels Bohr. He explained the stability of atom. So due to the power is what? Yes. So Niels Bohr says that electrons are revolving around the nucleus, okay. They are losing energy in the form of quanta, that is also okay. But the revolving electron, they cannot be falls into the nucleus. The revolving electrons in the orbit, electrons are revolving the beta, they cannot be falls into the nucleus because of they are having a special power. The special power is known as angular momentum. What is the force? angular momentum, and that angular momentum should be quantized. Angular momentum should be quantized. Okay, now I will tell you what is meant by quantized. Okay, so Niels Bohr he proposed that angular momentum of electron that will be always quantized. And based on that concept, he has given a formula. Angular momentum, the formula of angular momentum is, we can say that MVR. What is meant by MVR? MVR, the meaning is nothing but angular momentum. So angular momentum MVR, it is equals to N into h by 2 pi. What we can say with that? Angular momentum MVR is equals to N into h into 2 pi beta. This is your formula. You have to be focused a lot. Very important. Okay, sir, what is the meaning of this formula? Okay, I am going to tell you. What is the angular momentum of electron? What is the angular momentum of electron which was present in first orbit? So we can say that angular momentum MVR is equals to 1 into h by 2 pi. What is the angular momentum of electron in second orbit? So we can say that angular momentum MVR is equals to 2 into h by 2 pi. What is the angular momentum of electron, okay, now which was present in third orbit? So simply we can say that angular momentum MVR is equals to 3 into h by 2 pi. And what is the angular momentum of electron in nth orbit? MVR is equals to N into h by 2 pi. Okay, so the concept is nothing but Niels Bohr he says that the electrons which are revolving around the nucleus, they won't fall. The electrons which are revolving in orbits, they won't fall into the nucleus because of they are having angular momentum. Such angular momentum of electron in each and every orbit, that should be quantized. That means the angular momentum of electron, that must be equals to the integral multiples of h by 2 pi. Nothing but it's circumference value now. Every orbit, okay now, atoms are spherical in shape, nothing but every orbit it was in spherical shape na beta. So for that spherical shape we have to take h by 2 pi. Okay na? So angular momentum of electron in any respective particular orbit, that should be quantized. That means the value of angular momentum, that must be equals to the n value, nothing but integral value 1 2 3 etc. Integral multiples of h by 2 pi. This is known as what Nana? Angular momentum of the electron, that must be quantized. This is the concept, very important. So due to this angular momentum quantized concept, electrons they cannot be falls into the what Nana? Nucleus, and atom never be collapsed. Okay, and so many times in theory exam also questions are repeated. What is the formula? Among the following, angular momentum of electron in second orbit is, second orbit means what? 2 into h by 2 pi, 2 goes to cancel, your answer is nothing but h by pi, like that you have to take. What is the angular momentum of electron in third orbit? MBR is equals to 3 into h by 2 pi, 3 by 2 is nothing but 1.5, so 1.5 into h by pi. Like that we have to take the simple answer in objective exam. Okay, so first suppose this is the electron present in what? Second orbit. So what is the value of its angular momentum? That is equals to 2 into h by 2 pi. Simply we can say that this electron contain h by 2 pi is, h by pi is the angular momentum. Why? It was present in second orbit, means 2 into h by 2 pi, 2 goes to be cancelled, so angular momentum value h by pi, due to this certain value electron cannot fall into the nucleus. This is called quantized concept. Okay, good. Last and final thing is, I want to say that The electrons which are revolving around the nucleus and they are revolving in rotating shape, Nana, definitely they may having certain centrifugal force. Yes sir, you know that, Nana. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus. So here some little bit chances we can guess, okay, they may jump outside. The meaning is nothing but what? They are having centrifugal force. So due to maybe centrifugal force, again atom may be unstable, but atoms are stable because of reason is centrifugal force of revolving electron. What beta? Centrifugal force of revolving electrons that will be balanced by you know that answer. The answer is nothing but the electrostatic forces of attractions which are existing between the electron and nucleus, according to whom? Rutherford. So he says about that electrostatic force, but he didn't explain about the stability. Clear, Nana? Anyway, so the revolving electrons definitely they are having certain what, Nana? Centrifugal force, but that centrifugal force of revolving electron that will be balanced by the attractive forces between the nucleus and electron. Such forces are known as electrostatic forces of attractions. These are the very, very important 5 postulates. So in postulate number 1, we have to be right about the orbits and shells. In second postulate, we have to mention about the stationary orbit. In third point, how the energy of electron will be changes. In fourth point, we have to say about the angular momentum quantized. And fifth point, centrifugal force, how it going to be balanced. These are the very important 5 postulates of what, Nana? Bose atomic model. Of course, it was almost all developed model, beta. And another model is there, quantum mechanical model, that we will discuss at the end of this chapter. Okay, na? So we have the chances to discuss about atomic model. That means in this model also there may be some corrections are there. There may be some limitations we can see, Nana. So what are the limitations of Bose atomic model? Just 2 to 3 limitations are there. That one I am going to finish now. And here in this formula, I hope you may know everything. M is nothing but mass of the moving electron. V is nothing but velocity of the electron. R, or we can say Rn, means radius of nth orbit. And n value is 1, 2, 3, I mean principal quantum number, h by 2 pi, that is it was constant, Nana. Okay, all of you? Yes. So now let me go for what are the limitations of Bose atomic model. What we are going to discuss, beta? Yes, we are going to discuss about the limitations of what, Nana? Bose atomic model. Yeah, in theory exam also repeated question, beta. What are the limitations of Bose atomic model? Question was repeated. Yes. Limitations of Bose atomic model. So in that number 1, I am going to give you Bose atomic model, or we can say Niels Bohr. He was unable to explain about the unable to explain the spectra of, or we can say unable to explain the spectrum of multi-electron atoms. So spectrum of multi-electron atoms, that was not explained by what, Nana? Niels Bohr. That was not explained by Bose atomic model. Because of its starting only, I have told you in this class. So Niels Bohr or Bose atomic model, he can explain the spectrum of, only one electron species like hydrogen and hydrogen-like ions. Because of all they are having one electron. But multi-electron atoms and their species, their spectrum were not explained by what, Nana? Niels Bohr. This is the point you have to be remember. Next point. Bose atomic model, he was unable to explain about the about the finer lines. Sir, what is meant by finer lines? We don't know, sir, what is meant by finer lines. I will tell you. So the meaning of finer line, or we can say formation of finer lines, it was explained by two effects, the very important. They are known as Zeeman and Stark effect. So by using these two effects, we can form the finer lines. How, I will tell you, don't worry. But just remember, Niels Bohr or Bohr's atomic model, it was unable to explain about the finer lines. That means it was unable to explain about the Zeeman and Stark effects. Next thing is, it was unable to explain about the, generally we know very well beta, atoms are combined to form the molecules. Yes sir. How the molecules will be formed? Atoms upon combination by using chemical bonds, maybe ionic bond or maybe covalent bond or maybe metallic bond or maybe hydrogen bond, whatever that may be. So atoms upon combination by using different types of chemical bonds, they are going to form the molecules. But he was unable to explain about the formation of molecules from the atoms by using which type of chemical bonds molecules are forming. So unable to explain the ability of atoms to form molecules by using a variety of chemical bonds. It was also not explained by whom? Niels Bohr. Next thing is Bohr's atomic model. It is the theory, mostly it will give the information about the particle nature, means it will depends upon quantum concept, it will depends upon photo concept, nothing but completely particle के बारे में discuss करना पड़ेगा. Okay, that means we have to say that the concept of Bohr's atomic model, it was against with wave nature of electron. It was against with what, Nana? Wave nature of electron. Okay, yes. Next point is actually the concept of wave nature, and in within 3 to 4 class we are going to discuss a very important concept, Nana. Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Heisenberg uncertainty principle, very important. In within 4 to 5 days we are going to be discuss that. So actually the concept of Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that won't be agree with Bohr's atomic model. So the concept of Bohr's atomic model and the concept of Heisenberg uncertainty model, okay, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, they won't be agree. Little bit variation will become because of that will depends upon somewhat wave nature, but it was against with what, Nana? Wave nature. That is the concept. There we will discuss. You don't need to worry. Okay. So they can ask you an objective question. Bohr's atomic model, it won't agree with, or we can say it was against of what? Wave nature of light. It was against of what? Heisenberg principle. So we have to say that it is not in agree with. It is not in agree with. What is the principle? So the name of principle is called Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So the information or the main concept of Heisenberg uncertainty principle and the main postulates of Bohr's atomic model, they won't be agree, Nana. Little bit gap will be there. That gap again with respect to wave nature concept. Okay, now there we will discuss in the case of Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay, so these are the 4 to 5 main limitations or little bit drawbacks of what, Nana? Bohr's atomic model. Okay sir, up to know what you said, okay, accepted. But sir, it was unable to explain about the finer line, means it was unable to explain about the Zeeman and Stark effect. Sir, what is meant by Zeeman and what is meant by Stark effect? You suppose it is nothing but a spectral line. Which line? Spectral line. It is a single spectral line, you suppose. And to that, or okay, now into that spectral line, now I am going to apply the magnetic field. So one side I am going to kept N pole and another side I am going to kept S pole. Nothing but which field? In the presence of magnetic field, the positive spectral line, now that will be splitted into number of lines. Now that will be splitted into bunch of lines. So single line that will be separated into number of lines. This is we have to say that what, Nana? Splitting. What we can say? Splitting. Nothing but separate hona padega. Single become number of. That is something. So single spectral line, it was splitted into number of, okay, na, lines, such number of, or we can say such bunch of splitted lines are known as what, Nana? Is these are known as the finer lines. What we can say, beta? These are known as finer lines. Okay. So in the presence of N and S means magnetic field. So in the presence of magnetic field, spectral lines are splitted into number of finer lines. This is known as what, Nana? Zeeman effect. Again, this is the concept. It will be explained by the quantum mechanical model on the basis of quantum numbers. Okay, good. Again, here I am going to consider the spectral line. Now I am going to arrange. Here one side positive plate, another side negative plate. One side positive plate, another side is nothing but what, Nana? Negative plate. Okay, nothing but what we are arranging. In the presence of electric field, single spectral line, it was splitted into bunch of lines, or we can say number of lines. Such number of splitted lines are known as, again we have to say that what, Nana? Finer lines. So spectral line, it was splitted into number of finer lines under the influence of electric field. This is known as what? Stark effect. I hope you understand. What is mean by Zeeman effect? Spectral lines are splitted into number of finer lines under the influence of magnetic field is called Zeeman effect. Under the influence of electric field is called Stark effect. Okay, so due to Zeeman and Stark effect, spectral lines are splitted into the number of finer lines. Such concept of finer lines again not going to be explained by the Bose atomic model. Okay, all of you beta. Story about the Bose atomic model, their postulates and their limitations, everything was clear. And now in next class, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to be discuss about the what, beta? Hydrogen spectrum. Okay, na? Very important. Don't be neglect. Careful, beta. Okay. Along with limitations, you have to be focused.